Welcome to week 4, you guys. We're gonna be talking all about different types of coaching this week. And today we're gonna talk specifically about coaching calls. I really want you to consider setting up that one-on-one time with your team. It's one thing to chat through text or messenger, but it's another thing to really have that dedicated one-on-one time with your team through a phone call or through a video call like this. So let's chat about how to get this implemented in your own business. So because I have a larger team, I really just focus on my top 20%. If I opened it up to everyone on the team, it really just wouldn't be effective for me, and it really wouldn't be effective for you as well once you start growing. But if you have a manageable team size and it is reasonable for you to set up one-on-one time with every single person on your team, and they are ready to make moves in their business, I say do it. Ultimately, the big thing here is you decide who you work one-on-one with, not the other way around. You might want to rewind that and play that again. I personally love to use Acuity scheduling for all of my types of coaching calls, but there are a ton of free options out there, and Acuity does offer a free version. Calendly is another awesome one. YouCanBook.me is another option that you can look into. You can use a good old paper calendar, your planner. You can use Siri to remind you that you have a call on a certain day. You're gonna wanna make sure that you take detailed notes on the action items and the plans that they're going to be putting in place. And I am gonna give you something at the end that you can use for that. But one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you when you're taking notes and when you are setting up these action items is let the person that you are having the one-on-one with choose their homework or choose their challenge or choose their assignment. Trust me, it works much better when they're choosing the assignment because they're gonna be more apt to do it than if you're telling them to do something. Another tip is before they schedule another call, or maybe it's recurring on your calendar, check in to make sure that they completed the last week's assignment, challenge, homework before you chat with them. If they haven't done it yet, make sure they do it before they chat. I would suggest you setting a time limit with your one-on-one. So some people for 30 minutes, some people for an hour, depending on the person. Some people like to have more in-depth conversations, so they would get an hour, but just be very specific and honor the time that you have set for that person. I know some of you guys are gonna say, well, I could do all of that one-on-one coaching and communication through text or through Messenger. And sure, yeah, you totally could. And there's a time and place to have conversations through Messenger, but a lot of times your tone, and if you don't use emojis or if you're not using the voice messenger for sure, your tone can not be transmitted and some things can fall flat and some people can take what you say through text the wrong way. So if someone is serious about their business, about going forward, and you're gonna be having a chat with them, do them the honor of scheduling that time and honoring that time. Something else to think about is really consider doing a video one-on-one chat like this, because people will really feed off of your body language and your facial expressions, and they'll be able to see that you're paying attention and you're invested in them. Not too many people prefer to do video chats, but if you offer it, see if people will take it. Your assignment for today is to pick a handful of people on your team to start having those weekly calls with. Now, maybe you're already doing calls. If you are, let us know, like, how is it going? What are your favorite parts? What works well for you? What are some things maybe in the beginning that didn't and you've changed? I'm gonna be including a PDF that I put together after I got back from a leadership where we talked specifically about these one-on-one calls. It is a mixture of the questions that the company encourages us to ask. Plus there's a couple other questions that I threw in there that I have found beneficial for me as a leader to ask my team to get feedback on. So once you've got your handful of people, come back in the chat below and let us know that you have booked a handful of people to have those one-on-one chats with.